how exactly is the strategy at your firm going to be different than what Michael Saylor has done over at Strategy?
I would say the hole in the market, or the opportunity rather, that we've identified is to be a pure play Bitcoin business. We want to be the ultimate vehicle for the capital markets to participate in Bitcoin. And so that's not only accessing the capital markets to raise accretive Bitcoin denominated capital and grow something like Bitcoin per share through fundraising, but also building Bitcoin native business lines and business models. I think, as Tether and myself co-founding the business as partners, we have a lot of experience and success in our other business ventures in finding high margin, high growth opportunities. And we hadn't seen anyone that was using access to the capital markets, access to a massive Bitcoin balance sheet, extend that opportunity beyond just buying Bitcoin and actually building on top of Bitcoin. So we are a Bitcoin business at our core. It's at our founding. It's in our name. It's on our board. It's at our leadership. We build Bitcoin products. We're focused on Bitcoin cash flow, and then obviously an ability to accumulate Bitcoin through capital market fundraising and grow our Bitcoin per share. So we are as pure play a Bitcoin opportunity in the capital markets as we think exists, and that is what sets us apart from everyone.
One question I have about this, and comparing it to Strategy, I'm sure you've been getting that a lot over the last week. You mentioned capital markets. How far does that go? Would you raise a lot of debt? Would you do other things in terms of capital raising to acquire that Bitcoin? What types of folks are you in talks with for that?
Everybody. Listen, my goal as the CEO of this business and my mandate and message to our shareholders is, in a hypothetical, and my intent is to grow your Bitcoin per share. What makes 21 extremely unique is we're an operating business. When you're investing in the business and you're buying a share of the company, you're investing in leadership, in folks like myself, to go out and work for you. And what that work results in is, let's say in a hypothetical sense, we have 0.05 Bitcoin per share. In shareholders, that's the amount of Bitcoin on our balance sheet representative of a share in the business. Our goal and our intent is to be able to grow that to 0.06 Bitcoin per share, 0.07 Bitcoin per share. So it's a vehicle in the capital markets where $1 into an operating business like 21 goes far further than $1 into an ETF like IBIT, because you're investing in an operating company that's going to go out and execute. And what I'm executing and focus on is that Bitcoin per share metric. So any opportunity, whether it's a product we can launch in the market, whether it's a relationship we can build as partners, whether it's capital market access, and that's the fixed income market, whether anything I can do, I am dedicated and sold on growing Bitcoin per share for the capital markets. That's my job and my commitment.
It's a good thing you're on Bloomberg. The capital markets bankers, I assure you they are listening. But let me also ask you.
Hello, bankers.
Yeah, they're out there. But beyond that, you have been able to look at all the ways to think about Bitcoin, particularly through payments. Now, one question I have is, when stablecoin legislation really takes off here in the United States, stablecoins then become another way to transact in a very efficient and very low-cost way. I've seen payments via stablecoin networks close to zero in a lot of cases, right? So what's the point of transacting over Bitcoin if you can just do it via stablecoin?
Well, Bitcoin and stablecoin carry tremendously different properties. Bitcoin is censorship resistant. It's neutral. It has no controlling entity, controlling government, controlling bank. That's not true for stablecoins. And so we view Bitcoin as a neutral reserve payments protocol, as it's like a public utility for the world. No one can stop you from using it. No one can negate access to it. Now, stablecoins are entirely different and serving an entirely different market and customer. A lot of the stablecoin users around the world, the stablecoin like Tether is actually competing with their local fiat currency, not necessarily with Bitcoin. These customers own Bitcoin and Tether instead of Bitcoin and Naira. And so we think of them as two entirely different products serving two entirely different use cases, but most importantly, they have very fundamental different properties. What we believe Bitcoin serves to the world is an open value transfer protocol that isn't owned, governed, or controlled by anyone. And that's not true for any stablecoin that can exist, because at the end of the day, they're representatives of a nation state currency, no matter what stablecoin it is.